Today we're going to take a look at a guitar that I 100% believe rivals the beloved, revered Squier Classic Vibe. It's from my good friends over at Donner, and it's in the form of this absolutely stunning DST-600. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at it together, shall we? Couple things before we get started. One, this is a sponsored video by Donner. They did send this guitar out for me to check out with you guys. Thank you very much, Donner, for continuing to support this small channel and the other small channels on this platform to let us kind of shine through everybody else, right? Second off, all opinions are mine, all thoughts are mine. You can't buy my opinion. They're not paying me to say anything good about this thing. They're all my opinions and my thoughts, right? Third, and most importantly, there is a link down there in the description if you want to go check one of these out for yourself. And if you use the code Flamingo at checkout, you can get 15% off of your order. That's site-wide on anything that you buy from Donner's website using the link down there. So make sure you go check that out. Let's take a closer look together now at the DST-600. So the Donner DST-600 falls into their RetroNova series, which is like their vintage-inspired line of guitars. And you really have two options as of right now. You have this one that I have here, which is in the Fiesta red color, which looks more orange in person. I really like that. You have 3 single coil pickups. The other option you have is the sunburst, vintagey sunburst looking finish there with an HSS configuration, which is the humbucker and the bridge, and then the ability to split the humbucker via the push-pull tone knob that you have down there. And that's really the end of the differences. They're gonna play pretty much exactly the same. It's just a pickup configuration and color preference that you have to make the decision there. And again, there's a link down there in the description. Use the code Flamingo at checkout and get 15% off of whichever one you choose to get or across the site. So really quickly, let's talk some specs and then we'll get some playing clips for you guys. So coming up to the headstock here, my favorite part about the headstock is it's got the vintage split post tuners. So you stick your string down in there, you wrap it around and you're good to go. It says RetroNova right there. You get 1 string tree. You make your truss rod adjustment at the hole at the top. It looks like it's a bone nut, which I'll have to confirm that, but again, the link down there for the spec sheet and all that kind of stuff. It's cut rather well, so no tuning stability issues to be had. Coming down to the neck here, it's a rosewood fingerboard, 22 frets, dot inlays, no fret sprout to speak of whatsoever, even beyond here, which is where affordable guitars tend to have their weak spot here, but not with Donner stuff. The neck is a maple neck. It's a modern C-shaped neck, so you get the modern playability with like the vintage aesthetic, right? Which is always really cool. It's a 9.5 fretboard radius, so it's not like flat or anything. You can get the action rather low, but don't go too low because you will start to get some buzzing out. But again, this is straight out of the box and the action's pretty low. And I mean, even up here, nothing, no fret buzz or nothing. So it's great. Coming down to the body here, it's an alder body. It's kind of heavy. It's like 8 pounds, I would say. It's not going to break your back, but just be aware that it is a bit of a hefty guitar. It's a thick body too. It's got the 3 single coils in this one, as I mentioned before. They're Alnico 5. You have the cream plastics here, so the 3-ply pick guard. It's a cream pick guard, looks great. Switch tip. You have 1 volume, 2 tone. They're also cream. Plug your guitar in there. Obviously, it's a vintage 6-point or 6-screw style tremolo, which you can give or take that, but to fit the vintage aesthetic, that they gotta have that, right? I've not really tried out the tremolo yet, but you do get a trim arm included in the awesome gig bag that you get as well. These Donner gig bags are no joke. They are very, very nice. They will keep your guitar protected. but you do get the trim arm in there. Speaking of the trim, a lot of people ask me about this part that I tend to leave out, and I apologize for that. But if you flip it over to the back here, and I'll get some B-roll here, the trim block under here is massive. It's not a cheap little thin, you know, pop metal trim block. It's a massive, massive trim block in there, and I really like that. Tuning stability, that'll help with that. It'll help with sustain. Really, really nice. So serious tremolo on this thing. And obviously it's a bolt-on neck. You don't have any carveaways here at the heel. It's a big blocky heel as per vintage guitars, and then you have the body contours there. So there's just a really quick overview of the Donner DST-600. I think quality-wise, like build quality-wise, again, it rivals the Squier Classic Vibe. And then with the price, obviously, unless you go used, even finding one of these used, you're still gonna pay less money than you would for a Squier Classic Vibe. Quality-wise, price-wise, I think that the Donner DST-600 wins versus the Squier Classic Vibe, just because it's so on par with them quality-wise, and then price, you just can't beat it. So let's go and see what this thing sounds like if I haven't convinced you already. And then when I do convince you with the sound clips, make sure you check out the link down there and use code Flamingo at checkout for 15% off your order. So just some final thoughts really quickly before I let you go, before you decide to click off the video. I can't say enough good things about Donner's guitars, man. I have 3 of them. Yes, 3 of them. There's a video coming out on another one here soon. And this thing is just, I mean, it's impeccable. It's so good. I took it straight out of the box and just tuned it up and played it, and it was set up perfectly. I don't even think I need to do a setup on it. just because the action's about where I want it to be. And it holds tune, sounds great. I mean, I gotta get the plastic off the pick guard, but other than that, man, this is a really, really, really nice option if you want something with a vintage kind of look to it, but the modern playability, and you don't want to find a classic vibe, or maybe there's something about the classic vibes that you don't like. Seriously, check out the Donner DST-600, and with a 15% off code, if you use Flamingo at checkout on Donner's website at the link down there, there's no excuse not to. You're already gonna be saving some money over buying a Squier Classic Vibe, and you're gonna get the same, if not better, playability out of this guitar, I promise you. And again, you have two options. So check out the link down there. Thank you for checking out this video. I greatly appreciate it. I can't say enough good things about this. And thank you very much, Donner, for continuing to support this channel and all of the other small channels here on this massive platform. I greatly appreciate it. I'm sure they all do too. Please make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, the like button, all the good stuff. And once again, link down there in the description if you want to check out any of Donner's products. Thank you very much for watching this video, listening to me ramble on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.